The Emmy stuff was 100% performative. I'm not trying to win Emmy. That's not mine. I don't submit to the award shows.
Oh, hey, Chatterboxx.
It looks like Joe Budden is dubbing that Emmy goal. He told us in the JBP Rewind that he never planned on going after that Emmy, and I speculate that maybe they submitted that application and got a big fat denied, much like that black card that he tried to get Mark to put in a good word for him about. Nonetheless, Joe Budden hopped on Spaces and was chatting it up with the community, and in comes Ian Schwartzman. They started openly talking about landing a bigger deal, bigger than $200 million, which of course had me side-eyeing the number because Charlamagne locked in a deal. What was that number? $200 million. It might sound like Joe and Ian are telling you a little bit about their plan and plotting their next big move, but that's not what I hear. Virgos do love a little healthy competition, and sometimes they need it. Sometimes it lights that creative fire because once they see somebody else hit a number, suddenly their mission becomes, how do I beat that? While they're up there talking strategy, Joe and Ian basically turn Spaces into their own version of Improper Improv Spaces Edition. And at this point, it almost feels like Flip passed the skit torch to these two, okay? They were up there joking and acting like they were brainstorming and going after these deals. And that may be true. Only thing I kept thinking while I was listening is what happened to the rest of these shows? Because if you follow along with the journey over the past few years, Joe has created a number of shows that have just kind of faded off into the podcast multiverse somewhere. But listen to this clip from Spaces and tell me what you hear.
Yeah.
Micah says no.
Stag says no.
Oh, it's Cap. Wow.
Don't lie on my man. Don't take his chain.
I did a video in Wawa that got over 1 million views where I shouted out Ish. I wasn't expecting a DM or nothing, but I was I would have liked to like a little comment, you feel me? But it's cool. We don't do it for the acknowledgement. You know what I'm saying, Danny?
Yeah, there you have it.
That there you have it is some pretty fly. I'm not gonna lie.
I love it.
They say I only take, I give.
I jack that chuckle every time.
Nah.
There you have it. There you have it, folks. Right after somebody go on a good diatribe, like where they really letting it off. It's like, yeah, buddy, there you go. You got it.
Joe.
Yes.
I am actually trying to talk to you, and you've been on this stage for hours.
I know, you just called me and I declined it.
I know, it's getting ridiculous. You had your fun. When is this ending?
I don't know. I might need it.
I will not make this about race. I will not make this about race. I will not make this about race.
Ridiculous already, buddy. We have real stuff to discuss, and you're sitting up here making jokes with 380 people.
Well, I'm available if need be.
No, you're not available, because I called you, and the first thing you did was press the F you button, and I'm trying to talk to you.
It's not the first thing I did. I looked at the phone first.
Here goes semantics, guys.
Then I saw your name, and I said, oh, Ian knows I'm in Spaces. Let me hit decline. Then I sent a text. It said, hey, in Spaces still. And then you popped up in Spaces and hit the request. So I'm like, oh, all right, Ian's about to add to the conversation. And you just came up and you've just been yelling.
Buddy, not only am I not here to add to the conversation, but it's offensive that you've been on this platform and you're doing it for shits and giggles for hours when we could have had 3 to 5 significant conversations that could have led to something progressing at the Joe Budden Network. But instead, you're up here gaggling and kai-kaiing with Mark and Stag.
Well, Mark, sir, he's not on stage, 1. 2, what's progressing? And Rewind came out. I mean, you guys up there repackaging old stuff.
Wait, are you blaming me about repackaging?
You're the same
this
instruction.
This is all your idea.
You're under the same instruction that you've been under, which is
I know,
find us $200 million. Find us $201 million immediately. Like nothing's changed about that. It's the same script. You know what needs to be done. Like you don't need me on the phone to say find us $201 million immediately.
Joe, honestly, if we found $52 million, I would be knocking on your door and I'd be making announcements.
No.
I am not after 201 million.
I'm not announcing anything less than 201 million. You can keep it to yourself.
I can
Put
go
it.
get.
Put
I
it
can go
in.
get that as like a
Put it.
joke to you.
No, you can't.
Yes,
no,
I
you
can.
can't. You
And
can't.
I'll put it in your account like it's
Who
yours.
is going to give? There's nobody that's going to even give it to you, buddy. Everybody heard the content. You've been at this for 10 years. Nobody's knocking down your door. If somebody was going to do it, they would have done it. They did it for the people that deserved it. Not you, not I. There's nothing wrong with saying that we got to just go work harder. We got to create more. Everybody that has a real network and real shows and is really producing, they got the 200 million. It's only me and you down here with this fucking stupid whatever it is we're making.
Yeah, but you know, I appreciate that. Good perspective, by the way. But the truth is, you have no idea what you're talking about. If I wanted to give up ownership, let's say 51% of the Joe Budden network, and I came to you and I said, Joe, are you down to still own it, but own less of it? We'll be 49% owners in a 100% business. They're going to front load us our next 10 years as a multiple and give us $350 million because our actual value is, let's say, 800 million to $1 billion currently standing. That's without the future productions and new shows and derivatives. So we could have 150 million more than the 200. But you sitting here on Spaces isn't helping us get there.
Well, if you did all of that, would there be a comment section?
Absolutely. I would want there to be comments about it.
If there's a comment section, then I may want to take the 300 million.
I want our next deal. I want to negotiate.
I'm not abandoning the fans' ability to comment for fucking 200 million. It would be fucking rude to the culture. It would be against everything I stand for. Like, I can't be on the side of the creators if the people that helped me get to this point are not able to leave comments.
I hear that, buddy. And that's a fair request. I have one request for you. Our next big deal, our next big partnership that I'm negotiating and you're negotiating and we're going through like the war room. Can we live stream our negotiation with the permission of the company we're talking to?
No.
Why?
Hell no.
Well, see, that's how I know you're really not about the content. It's like it's something else.
I'm not about the content until we get 201 million. What are you not getting?
I said I have 350. Do you want it?
Further back?
They're going to record us, and people are not going to.
They're not recording us say anything.
They're going to put us on YouTube.
I'm
sitting here having a blast.
Joe, this is how you do it, huh? You said I was an amateur. That was great.
Yeah,
That was petty.
I've been screen recording for the last 2 minutes now.
Shut up, Danny.
Danny's not screen recording anything. Danny's always
If you think Danny wasn't screen recording, you got him all the way fucked up.
Even if y'all was joking, I was like, oh, but what are they really saying? Like, oh.
No, but Joe, seriously, tomorrow, I tell you, look, so-and-so PE firm, private equity firm, comes to us and says, guys, we're interested in owning a 51% stake in the Joe Budden Network. We want you to continue doing what you're doing for the next 7 years. That means operate the ship exactly how you are, except we're going to front load you based on your annual growth year over year. And we're going to make sure you never have another thought about money again. And for our 51% stake in the company, we're going to front load you $350 million, which we feel like is a fair valuation for the next 10 years. That would put you over the Charlamagne 200 million by 150 million. But you're still sitting here bluffing. So I don't think you would do it at all. I don't think it's about the money.
I'd have to see what Furious and a few other people think first.
So you're telling me my opinion has absolutely no merit. You're waiting to hear from Furious, Elevation, and Danny for what you should do.
Would we be able to make an announcement?
I would want to do it live. I would want to negotiate while people are watching us.
If we can do an announcement and we get a comment section, then...
So why can't we do it on YouTube Live?
Forbes Black.
I'm so slow, yo. Ian, I am so slow. I'm gonna end this thing soon.
Hey, Schwartzman.
I'm gonna end this thing soon.
Hey, Schwartzman, you and I had a 5:45 meeting, and you're in here playing on Spaces. Why is it that whenever you and I have a meeting, Joe takes priority?
Because Joe will always take priority.
I don't like that.
It's a bad episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah, well, you'll have to deal with it, Mark. And over time, it will lessen. Relax.
I'm uncomfortable.
We're talking about real business here. Just please. I'm trying to get him off of Spaces. Seriously.
Yeah, Mark, 201 million's on the line.
No, 350 million would be on the line. And because you don't want to play the real game, which is be honest with the people that are listening and tuned into the show every week, you play this like half-ass game where you kind of tell them what's going on, but you don't. And it's just, I don't know.
That's a nice Uno reverse card you got there. You're talking to the fucking inventor of live stream it all in this area here. I would live stream it all, buddy. Come on, let's turn it on. But then they would know about our tricks.
See, I think our tricks are just hard work. So, like, you look at it as a trick. I look at it like, who gives a shit if they see that? That's just us putting in the fucking groundwork. But whatever. Potato, potato. It doesn't matter. You're making your own rules up. I say fucking stream and put out everything. Enough of this.
You put out your
putting around for too long.
Ian, you want to stream the HR meetings?
And contract
negotiations? Yeah, absolutely, Mark. I would stream the HR meetings. Would you also stream the meetings when you come to me privately and ask me inappropriate questions?
Oh, I'd love those.
Yeah, okay, good.
I'd love those.
I know.
I have two inappropriate questions now. I would have asked you when we hang up.
Dr. Perfecto, right?
Look, man, I love you guys. Even though you make me feel like a third wheel, I love you guys, man.
Just put yourself on mute, Mark. It's over.
I don't like it. You know, I'm with Will. Will and I almost never get along, but there is a racial undertone to all of this. I mean, you pretty much
see, and there you go. Yeah, you had to do your best. You held off as long as you could. I know.
He said, Joe, get back to work. Mark, shut your black ass up.
He had to do it, Joe. He could not reserve it.
Yeah, I would have never expected it from Mark.
Shocker.
Yo, when you guys want to have billion-dollar conversations, let me know. I really do want to start having those conversations because I think people are interested.
We'll call up iHeart when it's time for that, buddy.
We're not calling up iHeart. Stop your bullshit.
I feel like there's a subtext here that I'm not getting. I'm wondering if you guys could say more about it.
Mark, go ahead. Do what you did on the last episode of Podwives, and be the mediator for Joe and I to try to get some info out of us. Danny's sitting in silence, partially because I think he's recording this.
Ain't no think about it.
I was about to say he's uploading right now. Part 1.
Yeah, he don't even drop on Thursdays, but it's coming now.
Listen, let it be known. The Joe Budden Network business is a $1 billion plus business per year in the next 5 years. Joe, if anyone is going to stop it, it's going to be Joe, because Joe wants to, disrupt some shit in a different way. But I can tell you this. It's larger than anyone could ever imagine. And I'm not out here to brag. I'm just out here telling you we are doing it differently. And I wish Joe would be more honest about the differently. That's something I tell him to his face. So I don't care about saying it here.
Ooh, salute that. Did you just say what did you just say? $1 billion business?
Correct.
That's what I just texted my agent.
Beautiful.
Hey, Mark. Mark. Yo, why is Ian in here popping it like this? This is so. I'm so off guard. Ian, what the hell is going on over there?
Next time, don't ignore my calls.
Who pissed you off?
Don't ignore my calls, buddy. It's offensive. I'm sitting here trying to actually have a conversation with you. And then you sit here and you put me on a grandstand because this is the only way I can communicate with you. And then I get looked at like I'm the crazy person. Okay, I'm crazy.
Oh man.
You get so much slack for being famous. It's ridiculous.
Holy shit.
You really do, buddy. You get that. You truly get the fame card. It's not the I recognize you card. It's like the he's an artist. He's an artist,
Tortured.
Torture. All right. Well, whatever. I'm done. I'm off my rant.
Tortured
It's
artist.
over.
Tortured artist.
Nah, I love the energy. I love it. You and your duffel over there.
Duffel.
Are you gonna be reading a comic book when you announce your deal and say that you're Hulk? You're like Gray Hulk.
I promise you, Danny, when we do our next deal, I'm gonna get as close to negotiating that shit in front of every one of you guys with Joe and I as I possibly can, because I think it is so fucking fantastic to put stuff out there like that, to see how differently it can be done. Joe doesn't get a chance to really talk about how amazing his shit is, because he's constantly defending stupid comments, but woo, if they knew. Okay, guys, I'm done. Really, this isn't for you. I'm having a moment. Joe,
You promised to have a comment section. I want to move. I'm a big fan of the show. I move with the audience. I just really need a comment section.
Oh my God.
yes, I will make sure there's a comment section no matter what.
You guys get Stranger Things, but you can't get Breakfast Club on Netflix? Come on. That's crazy.
I don't know why he said that. Oh my God. Anyway,
Joe,
all right.
I did want to.
All
I
right.
did want to talk to you, but I don't even know.
No, I know. I can tell. Oh, trust you, me, buddy. I can tell. Don't worry. I'm doing my life is a series of moments outro right now.
I'm gonna pass it off to you. I appreciate the time, everyone. I'm sorry if I disrupted. My bad.
My man, you're a good guy. You're a gangster and a gentleman. I appreciate
you too. Hey, what's the conclusion sound like? What's your sign off?
I can tell by how you came in here, just purely off like tonality, that
You always do this to me.
Something's going on. Something's going on, and I got to go get to the bottom of it. I mean, he did call me. Something's happening out there, so we got to go see.
Thank you,
I'll come back.
Thank you.
If he has secured the 201 million, then I'll start another space.
All right, so that's the clip. Joe and Ian on Spaces talking about chasing a deal, 201 million. This whole little skit to me, I was just in the crowd like, I'm not completely buying what they're selling. Because if the play is bigger deals, more shows, bigger moves, then I actually need to see the shows, not another JBP rewind where we're watching you watch yourself, watching something we already watched. Now, Ian did try to sprinkle that 51% number in that conversation if someone wanted to come in and offer them, something for 51% of the company. And that goes against everything Joe Budden has stood for. So I am also not buying that, because that would mean that Joe Budden would have to give up his controlling vote of the company or the majority vote unless the voting shares were issued a bit differently. Because Ian Schwartzman was just on EYL talking about my deal. You caught that little bit of tea?
You offer a bundle, you're going to get offered an amount, but if you offer something singular, it's going to be premium. JB is premium.
We're super premium.
Super premium, right? So Netflix may come to you, maybe they don't.
We have business with Netflix.
That's why I got to do.
But my deal, here's the difference.
Okay.
So that also tells me that Ian has a good amount of stake in this company or something, especially when he refers to he and Joe Budden as partners. Now, a lot of us speculated that a big announcement was coming, but the only thing we saw around the end of last year was the Netflix ad, along with him saying that the Patreon prices might increase. But that is not the news. The news that we are looking at, especially after this space with Joe and Ian, because a JBP community member has spotted this number leak. And I guess Joe Budden still has not learned about posting screenshots. Joe Budden leaked yet another number trying to show off the JBP Rewind, this new TV show that he dropped where they react to their own clips. And in that, he leaked the number of members that his Patreon has. Do you think this was intentional or unintentional? Now, this may include free and paying members, but all in all, it does tell part of the JBP story, with the first number leak followed up by the Rolling Stones article where Joe was projected to make $20 million for the year, paired with him saying that he's in the business of tech. I mean, just look at how many reactors he has, reacting, criticizing, debating his content from YouTube to Spaces and all over the internet. He is the only content creator that I know that has a focus group that pays to participate. Even when they talk about things on the pod, from Ish not wanting to give that book away, we're still waiting, by the way. People go crazy from the hand lotion that he has, and even this restaurant that says that Joe Budden was not paid and only talked about his experience, just name dropping the restaurant and sharing his experience on episode 887, Not My Humblest Day, back in December, did numbers for that restaurant. And this is where his data actually matters, because somebody like him and Ian that walk into a deal, they're not just walking in saying, oh, they went viral. They're walking in with the numbers to back them. The downloads per episode, YouTube views, Patreon memberships, audience retention, demographics, how long people are actually listening, how engaged the audience is. That 350 mil that Ian talked about in that Spaces clip may very well be possible. Ask yourself, how many times have you seen ads asking you to go subscribe to the Patreon or go check out their YouTube? You don't. And as we're all watching this Netflix deal play out and the do's and don'ts, I'm sure Joe and Ian are doing the same. I, for one, am not going to Netflix for any of the content like this. And as the old saying goes, if it's not broke, don't fix it. So with most of their content being on Patreon and YouTube, and with the membership numbers leak, what if Patreon is building out something big and robust for the JBN? Or even with YouTube dropping this article that said when creators hold the keys to their own production and distribution, the only limit is their imagination. So what will they be coming out with next? And Ian did mention doing more stuff going live. So we'll see. Time will tell. I take it with a grain of salt, because when you look at what's happening on the podcast with the rotating members, bringing in people like Mark Lamont Hill over the past few years, Mona, he already had Queenzflip, Ice, Ish, Parks, Imani, and possibly B. Dot, it doesn't look like someone is trying to sell parts of their business off, but they are building an infrastructure. And where is Zaire? Because I have not seen him back on the 520 podcast. Not to mention Kino and Edith cooking on the BTS, and Kino did refer to some episodes being filmed. So where are those going? Let me ask y'all, do you think Joe is actually building towards a major deal? Or do you just think this is podcast theatrics? And the second question I have for y'all is, what kind of shows or show would you actually want to see come out of the JBP universe that isn't just a remix of what we already get? Drop your thoughts, because I'm curious where everybody else lands on this. And make sure you like, share, and subscribe on your preferred social. And let's talk about it in the comments.